Alright, here I go. I have chapter 14. In chapter 14, it mainly deals with while they're on the ship heading to Magrathea. So there's Zaphod, there's Trillian, there's Author, um, there's Ford, and then there's that dumb little robot, but he's not in here. To go into British humor, which is what this novel is pretty much about, there's some pretty quirky things in here. It's pretty dry, but it's kind of funny. I won't go into much detail, but half of the chapter is talking about the thoughts going through Zaphod, Trillian, and Ford's mind, which they're pretty elaborate, kind of intricate. And then there's a sentence, and I'll read a quote here. Author slept, and that's all it said. It's kind of strange that his planet was just blown up and he just slept like nothing happened. It's kind of the dry humor that the British have. Kind of strange in my opinion, but that's it. To go on to atheism, which obviously Douglas Adams was a major atheist. I'll read you a quote here. It says, "Its crew of 4 were ill at ease knowing that they had been brought together not of their own volition or by some coincidence, but by some curious provisions of physics, as if relationships between people were susceptible to the same laws that govern the relationships between atoms and molecules." Basically is what he's saying. It is crazy to believe that when something happens in our lives, something that we view as a gift from God, it's crazy to view that as religion. It's physics is what he's trying to point out, is that the physical laws that Newton and all these other scientists have come up with are what actually govern our universe, not this crazy religious idealism. But yeah, continuing. He also tends to make fun of like sci-fi movies like Star Trek or Star Wars. It says the heart of gold fled on silently through the night of space, now on conventional photon drive. Photon drive is like hyperspeed. They're kind of going faster than the speed of light. And he says conventional as if it's just normal, it's ordinary, when in reality this is an impossible thing, something that if it was real would be an extraordinarily fine in physics, way beyond our time period, maybe even impossible. So he's kind of poking fun of that. There's also stuff in here about, I guess you could call it British humor, the computer that runs the ship. He says, "Hi gang," he's real enthused and such. This is getting real sociable, isn't it? That's another thing he said. Basically, the whole point is he's this real enthusiastic computer who's real excited about everything, and he's an inanimate object. It's kind of the personification of this computer as a happy person when all the humans are unhappy. So it's kind of ironic there and kind of a British humor. Basically, that's all this chapter has in it, rhetorically at least, and hope you liked it.